Let me unmute the mic. Yeah. Okay. So good morning, everybody. Today is the fourth day of our presentations, and today semester 3 students will make presentations on literary theory and criticism and film studies, which also is included along with that. Uh, Before we start the thing, let us have a recap of the things that has gone in last 3 days. Tomorrow will be the last day. Day after tomorrow will be the last day for this season for semester 3 students. Let us see what work is done, and we are happy to see that quite good work is done. We have lots of follow-up work along with presentations. Normally, people believe that presentation means students go and they have 5-10 minutes, they speak, and that is over. But here we have to do lots of work before presentations and after also, making slides to submitting in Google Classroom. Let me share a screen of various things so we can have a look at it. So students are supposed to submit their work in Google Classroom beforehand, the slides which are prepared and submitted. So today we will have presentations on criticism. So far we have received from this group the presentations here. We want to appreciate the good work that is done in last 3 days, but some of you will not allow us to appreciate everything fully. There will be 1 or 2 namunas always there who will not allow us to tell that all is well. So somebody will be there to tell that all is not well. So we are seeing that 2 students, 4 of you have yet not submitted the work in Google Classroom. And 2 of you are late here, 2 of the students. So those who have not submitted are here, Insiya and Mansi. Their work is yet not submitted in this, and 2 are still, yeah, Pooja also, Riddhi also. Their work is still not submitted. According to our plan, 1 hour before your session, you are supposed to submit the work. So that is how it is still leaking. And we had a 2 days break also in between. So today it was expected that there should be nothing lagging or nothing missing in between. If it is continuously coming, you leave the previous day late in the evening, and next day if you have to come early, then we may allow this lethargy. But in this case, it cannot be allowed because you had a break of 2 days in between. So that should not be repeated. So you are submitting a work here in Google Classroom, and then you have to do peer evaluation also. So we have prepared an online form for the peer evaluation of the students, and so far it is good to see here that everybody is doing it appropriately. No double marking is there. Nobody is making mistake here. So that you have now learned that in case there are mistakes, you can edit, but there is no need to resubmit the form. So that is good to see. So we get a very good pie picture of 33.33% of previous 3 days. Otherwise, it is always an imbalanced thing. And everybody's evaluation also is quite fairly well done by everybody. 30 responses so far from various groups, and that's how you can follow that how things are done. And we are keeping this transparent and open. So whenever you submit, you get a link to see that how things are being evaluated for everybody. So you're not keeping anything hidden from anybody. Everything is open for students to see how the evaluation is being done and how they can improve subsequently also. So all this internal evaluation system, we have kept it open for all. And anywhere any students have any doubt that they are evaluated in a lower manner, they can inform also. Take a screenshot and you can share, and you can do that also, either in this or in teacher evaluation also. So in Google Classroom, we have a system based on a rubric where teachers evaluates the thing. So we have a rubric on various parameters: subject knowledge, organization of ideas, verbal skills, elocution, mechanics of writing, non-verbal skills like eye contact, body language, or enthusiasm, and research-based writing, so citation, originality, and MLS style documentation. That also is evaluated by teachers in this. And as I told that this whole system is quite fair and open. Everybody can see how things have been evaluated also. So we got a good response, and without any mistake, we are receiving the response. That is a good thing to be appreciated. Uh, you have to also give timestamps. We are doing the live streaming of all these video resources. So we were talking about the thing because two students were late. So I think now all students are present. Mansi is the last. Let it be recorded. So whenever later on you watch this after 5 years, 10 years, you can come to know that what was our level of punctuality during presentations or exams also. This is the form of your internal exam. So you are supposed to reach 15, 20 minutes before and wherever you are examining for any of the things. So you have to give timestamps also. We are doing live streaming of all your sessions. So you can preserve the things and you can later on have a watching also. This also is one of the elements of transparency, so that no students can claim that there is a biased assessment by teachers or by peer against me. Anybody can go to the video and see the performance of anybody and can compare also, because everybody's performance is made available. So anybody who has any doubt about a biased way of dealing by either classmates or by teachers, then this transparency will allow or give an opportunity to anybody from any country. It is not like in classroom or in Bhavnagar University or in Gujarat only, but throughout India, it is available publicly. So anybody can get a justification whether the things are being evaluated fairly well or not. And if they have a doubt, they can always inform. And we are open to receive those things, that this assessment or this evaluation of the student is not fairly well done. So once it is uploaded live, then you are supposed to give timestamps. So when there are long videos, then it is always good to see that timestamps turns our video into chapters, and that way it helps us. All the things are there. So if we want to open and go directly to any particular kind of presentations, so just by clicking on the thing, we can reach to a particular present. That is the basic idea for giving timestamp. And you are aware now that timestamp is to be given in a particular format, that is 00:00:00. That is hours, minutes, and seconds. And good to see that you are not making any mistakes in any of those things also. None of the mistakes are made now in giving the timestamp. So that also is worth appreciating from this present now. And let us start our session with the fourth day. The evening students today are making their presentations in the morning slot, and we'll have Upasana starting the presentation. Yes, Upasana, you can. And I hope you are aware about who is going to ask the questions also. So Insia and Mansi, you will be asking the questions. Okay? You have to unmute the mic.
Sir, can I start? So, hello everyone. My name is Upasana Goswami, and today I will deal with the topic feminism in contemporary time. These are my personal information. Table of content. So, first of all, definition of feminism. Feminism is the belief in gender equality, encompassing social, economic, and political aspects. It aims to secure equal rights for all, all of gender and seeks to sexism and international opportunity based on factors like a gender, race, and sexual and class, historical context, 19th century first way of feminism. The historical context, we can see the four way of feminism. First is the 19th century. First way feminism emerged in the last 19th century, 19th and early 20th century, focused on women's suffer and legal rights, achieved a woman's rights to vote in several countries. 19th century, second way of feminism, address a broader range of women's issue, challenge a traditional gender role and discrimination. 19 and 19th century, third way of feminism, emphasize empathizes diversity and intellectuality, experience of women's different race, sexual opportunity and backgrounds. Fourth way of 20th century, contemporary feminism continues to address gender equalities, focus on issue like a sexual harassment, equality and gender based violence. These are traditional versus modern feminism. I given to the ChatGPT the difference between a traditional feminism and modern feminism. Traditional feminism suffer legal rights, and modern feminism focus on a gender equality, social justice. Their goal is attention women-based rights such as voting for equal pay. And the modern feminism goal was addressing a wider range of issues, including LGBTQ rights, justice, and racial equality. Key issue contemporary feminism, gender equality, advocating for equal rights and opportunity for people of all gender in various aspects of life, such education, employment, and political. And gender equality, when women get a rights to gender equality to male and female, intersexuality recognize that feminism must address the unique challenge faced by individual at the international gender, race and sexuality and class, gender based violence, combating domestic violence, sexual harassment and human tragic while supporting a service. Feminism focus on a gender-based violence, when when women suffer so many violence by male dominance, gender-based body position. So promoting self expectance and challenging unrealistic beauty stand and body shaming. It's also focus on body position, when woman is when someone was so, comment on women's body parts and their then body structure, online harassment, combating online harassment and abuse that disproportionately affects a woman in digital space. When also feminism in focus on online harassment, just women in any social media, they face so many they face so many issues in social media platform. Me Too movement. The Me Too movement, often expressed as is a social change efforts the gain promotion in the late 2017. It's begin with actresses sharing their experience of sexual harassment in the film industry, and has since become a symbol of solidarity for women who have faced a sexual harassment, often by men. Me Too movement is like a when women women suffer suffer in their life harassment in any places, just any places like film industry, society. So say they express very freely. They express freely in social media. Hashtag Me Too movement in the 2017. Extra Elisa Milano magnified Brooker's relying cry, turning it into the popular hashtag MeToo, which contains two trends on social media platforms like Twitter and Instagram. This here a few notable example of Me Too movement. When these are a Twitter example, when a celebrity and so many girls openly accept their personal harassment issue, just like Aishwarya like also, and so many sports women, and also society women who face sexual harassment in her life. Feminism examples, the rights to feminism example, the rights to vote, the demand of women's right to vote, known as the suffrage movement, marked the being of modern feminism in the West. Will property owning women, those frame colonized gained voting rights in the 1800th century. New Zealand became the first independent country to grant all about women the right to vote. First is the right woman was right. Get right to the voting, equality to equal than men, equal access to education. Another example, women uh, get opportunity to education in our society, the rights to choose what to wear. Women and girls have a historical face clothing resistance, such as the right swimming suit and bikini being uncomfortable in part of European until the 1960s. In Iraq since 1979, women have been maintained to follow Islamic dress code, including headscarf and local codes. Notable, some Muslim feminists advocate for the rights to wear handkerchief in a place like France and cubics where such a rights and limitation. Women also give a right to choose what they wear. No can tell what you cannot you are not wear this type of clothes. With woman is also right the what we wear. The right to own property. Until the 19th century, married women were not allowed to be property owners. This registration include obtaining and owning leaders, gender and tennis in 2003. In our society, women, so many people don't uh, get part to their property to their girl child, but in woman is also gave a right to the property part. Breaking the glass ceiling. The glass ceiling significant hidden obstacles the hinder woman career advancement disappeared their presence in the workforce. Men still dominated managerial roles. Feminists work to combat the systematic and base uploading their barrier, being safe from gender-based violence. Women and girls worldwide face disproportionately high rates and harassment and abuse, resulting the lasting. Women and girls worldwide face high rates of harassment and abusement. Women get rights to the they their uh, they they right women get rights to the gender based violence. They openly tell their tell the violence about themselves. Contemporary feminism in the digital world, online activities. Online activity, social media platform like Twitter, Instagram, TikTok have become a powerful tools for raising awareness about feminist issue, sharing a story, and organized movements. Intersexuality. Contemporary feminism emphasize intersexuality, recognize the gender issue, interacts with race, sexual origination, and more leading to more inclusive approachment. Online campaigning, hashtags such as Me Too movement, Black Lives Matter, and Times Up to have harass the digital world reach to address the gender and racial inequality. In a contemporary feminism, digital world is very helpful to a feminism perspective. They have a woman freely tell freely tell their life abusement, harassment, and also they women awareness to the aware about the social society, what society face in what women face in the society. Online harassment, the digital world has also explored the prevalence of online harassment and cyberbullying, highlighting the needs of safe online space. Political engagement. Feminists use a digital platform to engage the political advocacy and support a woman's representation in government. Feminism and film. Feminism in a film reference to the examination of gender roles, representation, and equality with the movie industry. It emphasizes the push for more delivery and improving female character, as well as increase opportunity for women in behind the screen role. May film have played a pivotal role in highlight feminist issues and promoting gender equality. In a feminism in a film study, we can see the so many film is a very uh, support to the feminism, just aware about female female aware about female problems for female problems and female rights. These are some example feminism based movie Gangubai, Queen and Pink. These movie examples are a represent of sexual harassment. Gangubai also represent the sexual harassment of women lives. Queen also exemplified a woman, independent woman in a contemporary time, and Thapad also exemplified woman rights. Does the world still need a feminism? These are the big question in our contemporary time. So many in our contemporary time, we can see so many women is uh, tell that feminism, no need to feminism in some of women, but can we can we need a feminism? Yes, the in my perspective, yes, feminism is still necessary to today's become global gender inequality persist as a individual by the 2022 Global Gender Gap Report. The COVID-19 pandemic roasted the situation from women, impacting their economic well-being and in increasing gender-based violence. Additionally, women are disproportionately affected by climate change. Improving women leads to a more suitable discussion, improve food security, and reduce energy demands. In our contemporary time, we can see women gave us so many rights in our time, but some of the part women get not right reach their position, just like we can see in our so many university the woman we can see so many university uh, woman does not reach their position in a higher position. So many field we can see the woman is not reach their rights and feminist perspective. Conclusion: in contemporary time, feminism remains a cruel movement advocating for gender equality and challenging gender-based discrimination. It has made significant progress in various aspects of society, but challenge persists. Achievement through gender equality require ongoing efforts and awareness, but feminism continues to be a powerful force for a positive change. In our contemporary time, we can feminism is a critical movement advocating for gender equality for male and female male and female rights, gender equality, education system, and so many waves. These are my reference, and now you can ask me question.
So, Pasna, my question is that today we see more and more people talking about feminism, which is about women's rights, and but sometimes these rights are used in wrong ways. So, what do you think about this problem?
Okay. In this rights, it's about women's rights, but sometimes these rights are used in wrong way. Yes, so many women these rights in bed where but these so many women gave these rights in a bad way. They also they also what we say.
Why is it misused? What do you think about it? Just
This question is
my So my question is that today we are having like women have given rights, various rights to live, like human rights. But what happens? These rights are being misused by women only, like casing against someone
yes.
in a wrong way.
In our society, two types of women in our society. Some of women misuse their rights against a male dominant. This is not this way is not right way to others others
Expectations.
other exploitation. So we can in this problem we can solve a right way to feminism right. The woman think these rights is government gave a rights, but woman thinks can we
They are not
I'm
using
using the rights.
it appropriately.
I hope you will.
Upasana, how does feminism intersect with other social justice movements such as LGBTQ rights in today's world?
Yes. Feminism interacts with other social justice movements such as LGBTQ rights in today's world. LGBTQ rights and bisexual, as LGBTQ rights is a yes, LGBTQ rights is in a today's world is a right way to govern government, just because all people of openly free free and think about these LGBTQ rights. So I think just because of these are a normal thing in our society. So I think LGBTQ rights in today's world is.
Upasana, how does the representation of women in film and popular culture impact the perception of feminism in today's world?
Okay. The represent of women in film and popular culture impact the perception of feminism in today's world. Film also supported a feminism perspective. Their awareness about the female rights, female rights and female harassment, female what female suffer in our society. So film also express the reality of society in a feminism. Very good morning to everyone. Today, on the fourth day of the presentation of semester 3, I, Trushali Dodiya, going to make my presentation on digital preservation and cultural heritage, preserving the past for the future. These are the points that I'm going to discuss. Let us first begin with the introduction. So 21st century marked the era of digitalization. Digital technologies has like covered each and every aspects of our life, from communication to art and documentation. But the question initially remains is that how do we used to preserve documents, videos and images and other cultural artifacts earlier? So in a traditional mode, of course, but in 1990s, with the explosion of personal computers and use of the internet, marked the advent of digital preservation. We all are preserving our things in a digital medium, like we are preserving photos in Google albums, keeping notes, we are having personal websites, blogs. All are the sites and things of digital preservation at a personal level. But what this digital preservation in a larger context? So, as Association for Library Collection and Technical Services defines, digital preservation combines policies, strategies, and actions to ensure the accurate renderings of authenticated content over time, regardless of the challenges of media failure and technological changes. This digital preservation can be of two types. First is a born digital, like we are creating posters and other pictures, documents that is which is created digitally first, and this reformatted content mean we are reforming or uploading the documents, monuments, each and everything which previously been in a traditional form, and then it is being formatted in digital content. And the main goal of this digital preservation is the accurate rendering of authenticized content over time, and thus it safeguards our cultural heritage, libraries, and so many things to be handed over to the future generation. In this presentation, I'm going to deal with some of the digital archives and initiatives, a few of them. But let us first look at libraries as the cultural heritage, because library contains the all cultural collectiveness. It includes history, culture, heritage, each and everything. Library preserves what we were and what we are, that can be handed over to the future. So Wharton Georgian in Libraries and Andrew Carnegie's challenge notes that together with the museum, the library is the DNA of our culture. So, like museum, library remains the potential thing. He also describes this in his speech in the White House. About while talking about his book, The Road to Home, My Life and Time. Now we'll talk about digitalizing libraries, how the libraries are being digitalized, and digital archives of libraries. The first example, best example, is Internet Archive, which is a non-profit library of millions of free books, audiobooks, movies, software, music, websites, and more. And its mission is to provide universal access to the knowledge. But the thing should be noted here is the book that you are seeing on the top right. It is not in a digitalized way. It is uploaded like a picture. You can like flip it by pressing next. So it is not in digitalized. The whole text cannot be digitally traced. And here you can see in the bottom the audio books and other things. So this Internet Archive is a very much interesting, and it when it, as it is a free, but sometimes what happens, they ask us to borrow, but that is also free of cost. The next one is National Digital Library, which is freely available or institutionally contributed or donated publisher managed content, which comes under the Ministry of Education, Government of India. It includes various things like test preparation courses, scholarly publications, journal, and conferences. And it also includes courses like Swayam and other platforms from where you can learn and you can get what you want. This InflipNet is Information and Library Network Center, which comes under UGC, Government of Ministry of Education, Government of India, which was initiated in 1991. And its aim is to modernizing university libraries using technology and to create a virtual network of people and resources in academic institutions with the aim to provide effective and efficient access to knowledge through preservance, innovation, and collaboration. Apart from this, InflipNet preserves some records of like official records as well of this UGC. Now let us move towards the cultural archives. First one is Rajasthan State Archive, which is coming under the Cultural Board of India, and it preserves general record of Rajasthan states, and it the data which is given in the this one is also freely accessible. Most of the archivals are freely available, and this preservation provides information, the records, to government departments, judiciary, and public as needed, and it's also getting provided to scholars for historical research. So here in the pictures you can see that. Now, Patni Archive, why I have taken, because this is Patni Archive is being controlling from our Bhavnagar district only, and it is about the pre-independence India and about Sir Patni, the Diwan of Bhavnagar state in pre-independence India. It not only includes the documents, official documents, but rather it also preserves the stories, oral stories told by that. Because last year I have been part of a physical exhibition, and then I came to know about this archive. So it is a much developing archive. Now, Vizara is the most important in while looking at digital technologies, latest technologies. It offers several applications and services for virtual reality experience and was founded by entrepreneurs of IIT Delhi and IIT Kharagpur and MIT. And it is about the to explore a unique experiment of translation technology development, which is based upon the outcomes of cutting edge research done at premier academic institutes of India. And it includes five things like virtual reality, AR, MR, artificial intelligence, 3D printing, and under this various things are coming, which is like digital documentation, next gen experimental center, AR/VR apes and games, 3D heritage, memorabilia. And so this Vizara platform technologies is about exploring the cultural heritage of India. The program has been conducted through Vizara, that is about that. It also provides some applications as well, which dealing with this virtual reality. Now let us watch this video. It is just about Ranki Wow, which is which is created virtually. It's kind of virtual reality. You can see this is just created, but it is giving experience of the original Ranki Wow. So people used to like this program has been like you can go as Jhumpa Lahiri says the book that one book can lead you like to move at other many places without moving your steps. So virtual reality does the same thing, but there are some benefits as well and challenges as well. While exploring this Vizara platform, I came to know that the applications that they are providing, some of them are not at all working, like Virasat, and the one website was on Gandhi. And this three, I have given the screenshot of that is working, but while using it, it just take back to homepage. Only a one or two platform I could get in access. So there are some like issues while exploring these things. Now let us talk about benefits and challenges. First benefit is open access, that each and every person can get an access of it free of cost, and it foster broader public engagement with cultural heritage. And many of the archives are still developing, that we have seen in the terms of Vizara and Sarpatni archives. Now, what are the challenges, potential challenges while looking at this digital archives and preservation methods? So see, Velmurugan points out, sorry, it's spelling mistake, out some of the challenges nature of digital libraries. Though it is about the digital libraries, but it can be applied to other forms of cultural heritage and each and everything. Traditionally, what we were having this traditional mode of preservation, and if we visit any ancient library, we'll see that the books are like they are fragile. Even cultural heritage are being also like destroying by times. So this digital preservation in the names of benefits can be interpreted. While talking about challenges, it is dependent on machine and fragility of the media, because today you are searching something, it is showing the result, and other day the whole website is getting changed. So there is a fragility of digital media and shortened lifespan of digital media. It is being changed day by day. Now Perry talks about, though it is like a student's one, but it is gives accurate things about like what are the challenges. Untrained staff and human errors. Human are like when a proper procedure are carried out, digitization can be 99.65% accurate, and when it is being done by human, there is always a room for error, and the staff are untrained. So this sorts of mistakes, there is a chance of this sorts of mistake. Now hacking, because digital sites, websites are getting hacked various times. So while exploring this Rajasthan State Archive earlier, it was showing each and everything that I've taken the screenshots. But today when I visited the site, it is showing like this. So error is coming. It can be both. If it is being like under some kind of updation, or the site is not working properly. So a day before yesterday, I was seeing it as it is. All the data, all the records were there. But right now, there is nothing is showing. So right now, if I'm giving this site to anyone, they will not be able to get an access of this Rajasthan State archive. And there is a cost issue, economic issues as well, because for trained staff and latest digital technologies, lots of money required, and it is a big challenge because the advanced technologies are always costly. And the last one is intellectual property rights, IPR, and copyright claims. There is always a kind of ongoing debate about to whom the right copyright should be given, to whom who have created it, or to whom who have created it or uploaded it on the digital preservation site. So there is always this copyright issues are also there. And it is like it should be thinked about, because the digital technologies are like covering each and every aspects of our life, including this archival and heritage. Now, let us conclude the presentation by some future considerations. Like technologies are giving evolution in it, so it is always amiable to cope up with the technology, and for that the newest technology access of that should be there. And long-term accessibility, as we have seen about this Rajasthan State Archive, it can be of other things. And while talking about this Vizara as well, there are also some applications are not being provided in longer term. So short-term accessibility is there, so it should be think about long-term accessibility, interdisciplinary collaboration, ethnic consideration, and policy and legal frameworks, as I've just mentioned about this copyright issues. So the policy and legal frameworks and ethnical consideration should be looked for. So this is all about my presentation. These are the references. Thank you so much. Now I'm open for questions.
Trushali, in what ways can digital libraries help bridge educational gaps and promote inclusivity for students with diverse learning needs?
Yeah, nice question. Like this digital libraries and archivals, digital libraries, some of them are like they are asking for subscription, but the platforms like Internet Archive and National Digital Library, they are providing the reading resources, research journals and books to the students free of cost. So students who are not able to pay, who are not able to like purchase a book, they can access the knowledge. So as the aim of this internet archive is to provide open access to knowledge to each and every individual. So this is about.
Trushali, what makes it difficult to save digital heritage, and how is it different from saving physical things in the usual way?
See, there are problems in both the kind of preservation. First one is economic, whether you are doing it, preserving it in a traditional way or in a digital way. The issue of money comes. The second thing is that the physical, like if we take an example of museum, people had to take care a lot about that. And there is a chance to get broken all the things. If it is about book or about any cultural monuments or heritage, we are having so many museums, so there are chances to get destroy all the things. But in the digital heritage, it gives us chance to preserve in a like whatever way it is. And the downside of this digital heritage is also that should be looked forward, is that
while as I mentioned in one of my slides that there is a short term accessibility, and if a site is being hacked, so all the data will go get lost. And if you are not having the backup plan of the website, then what will you do? All the work will go in vain. So this is how the both digital heritage and physical things can be looked parallel, though they are different, but they are parallel to each other. So thank you so much.
Hello everyone. At the fourth day of our presentation, semester 3, I am going to present on the topic queer studies and identity. These are my academic details. Here is introduction of the topic, like what we can call queer. So queer is a term that is non person who is non-heterosexual. Queer is sometimes used as an umbrella term to refer all people with non-heterosexual sexual orientations, or all people who are marginalized on the basis of sexual orientation. Uh, there are some history like 1970s. There were some another movements like liberation movements in parallel with some another movements with African American feminist liberation. And then queer theory is often used to designate the combined area of gay and lesbian studies and criticism. Then the term queer was originally derogatory, used to stigmatize male and female same-sex love as divert and unnatural. Since the early 1990s, however, it has been increasingly adopted by gays and lesbians themselves as a non-individual term to identify a way of life and an area of scholarly inquiry. Identity, what we can call identity, an individual sense of self defined by a set of physical, psychological, and interpersonal characteristics that is not wholly shared with any person, and a range of affiliations. Like it is not shared with and social roles also. Like identity doesn't involve any social, religious, or cultural dimensions. Then Judith Butler in Gender Trouble, in a book Gender Trouble, feminism and discussed that feminism and subversion of identity, described that the categories of gender and sexuality as performative. Like this, gender and sexuality is performative, like as how they are behaving and choose to behave. That involves the performative skills, not the gender you were associated at your birth. The report of 2050 in US transgender survey, which was largest one, and currently in 2022 there was another survey, and results are to be come out, but this is the largest one. Uh, they have surveyed like housing, homelessness, and shelter access of transgender people in US states, various states like Washington and another one. Identity documents, experiences at school, income and employment status, employment and workplace, sex work and other underground economy work, harassment and violence. Like how they have faced the violence and workplace if they are coming out as a transgender or queer person. people would not accept them, and how they are struggling with their documentation and housing and employment and with all kind of health issues and others. Like situation in India, like currently Supreme Court of India has given the right to marry the same sex person, and here also they are facing some same issues like homelessness, unheard voices, unrecognized social circles, insufficient opportunities, language, like how we use language for a person who is queer. Like in constitution also, with this judgment, there are coming some language changes also in constitution, like we should use some particular language for particular gender. Then workplace, there are some cafes in India for cafe, like Mumbai cafe run by transgender people, like in Mumbai, Gajra cafe run by LGBTQ plus community in Vadodara. Here is the Ngram viewers chart, which is showing a study of this or search for the word cure in Google. Like there is increasing ratio of this search. Now conclusion: religion and science. Like you all know Harari in his one of the interviews saying that religion and science both are different terms. Like there is one God who will become angry if you are marrying the same sex person, or if you are a God is very angry with transgender person. Like there are some myth, and how his being transgender, his being gay helped him to understand many or deconstruct many stories he has heard, and even the it helped him to accept science to and develop and discover more in science. And another, the idea, there was one theater and film, biggest theater and film fest at Mumbai or Delhi, somewhere. Like there was one person, Harsh Agrawal, who has given the view that the idea is to show people that the LGBTQ community does exist, and it much bigger than people think. We aren't minority; we are a mainstream part of the society. Like they themselves, which is not true, I think so, because they are still marginalized, and still they are struggling with their civic rights and also reservation also. article Articles 19 and 21 of the constitution guarantee all persons the right to marry a person of their choice, including LGBTQ plus person. And even meaning is often defined in terms of binary opposition. Like here, if something is included, what is not included, or what is absent here is like there are still reservation in handful of states in India for these transgender people. There are not more IAS officers or teachers, like they are still in minority. And here this chart of this survey, like how many people are having employment, and which kind of, like overall there is American Indian people, 23% of them are having this employment in US. And then another one is about their document, like how many of them are having document with their original gender assigned at birth, because if they are changing their gender in ID cards, they will lose their jobs, they will have to face harassment and all things. Here are my references. Thank you. You can now ask me questions.
So Rinkal, my question is that how has the study of queer theory influenced the way we perceive and discuss gender and sexual identities?
Okay. As I have earlier said in my slide, that Judith Butler has shown that sexual identity is performative one. And here there are several myths using the queer people, like there are cursed by God, they are not favorite of God. Then another one is scientific. And one person gay, like you all know Harari, he himself said that as earlier as you accept your identity and be open, like there is nothing to be marginalizing yourself. And then if some people are if person who doesn't belong to LGBTQ plus or any community like transgender or some even though he studies this kind of thing, they can come to know like there are still things to be developed, things to be think of, and how many things are still in development. So that is the main purpose of this. And people, they themselves can come to know like we are still missing something, like we are not in mainstream, we are missing human rights, and we are missing like civic rights also. That is the thing.
Rinkal, what are the implications of using queer as an umbrella term for non-normative gender and sexual identities?
Okay, so the term, particular term here in my slide was heterosexual. Non-heterosexual. Heterosexual people are those who be in relationship or marry with a person with the same gender. So queer are the people who are not living or marrying to the same sex person. They are that's why use the non-heterosexual. And another one is like queer term is particularly not the same. Like in Urdu language, there is a Khaja Sira term. Like they are using this term. Like many of our communities use different kind of words. Like here, but queer is the particular word which includes all the communities of LGBTQ, like gay people, lesbian people, all will be included here into the one term queer. Yeah, so that is it. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Today is the fourth day of our presentation. On this day, I am present on topic the movement of digital humanities. Here is table of content. So first of all, what are DH? All the ways that humanities and digital technologies intersect. Humanities are academic disciplines that study aspects of human society and culture. Digital humanity is an area of scholarly activity at the intersection of computing on digital technologies and the disciplines of the humanities. Digital technologies are electronic tools, system, devices, and resources that generate, store or process data. Application software tools, text editor, text analysis, photo editing, text encoding, video editing, and social media. Process action document scanning, OCR, encoding, indexing, referencing, data formatting, data analysis, and data converting, digital data contents, digital text, digital audio, digital images, digital video, web page and websites, data and databases, and electronic books. Definitions of digital humanities. Digital humanities is a born of the encounter between traditional humanities and computational method. Second definition was given by Jonah Drucker. Digital humanity is a work at the intersection of digital technology and humanities disciplines. The goal of digital humanities is to integrate modern information technology into traditional humanistic research and teaching process. Other one is gather, refine, maintain, and share cultural resources that can subsequently be used and refined by scholars and members of the community. Digital humanities in the world. The discipline of DH is becoming the center of academic activity. Hundreds of scientific research centers of digital humanities worldwide. DH are taught at universities around the world. Non-conferences are held worldwide. Scientific journals are dedicated to DH. uh, Counterfining digital humanities. It is a survey. Digital humanities research and teaching takes place at the intersection of digital technologies and humanities. DH aims to produce and use applications and models that make possible new kinds of teaching and research, both in the humanities and in computer science. And DH also studies the impact of these techniques on cultural heritage, memory institutes, libraries, archives, and digital culture. Digital humanities is difficult to quantify. Here present all available statistic recording individuals and resources. In this chart, 24 countries. Uh, 24 countries make the centers. What is doing digital humanities in English department for research in various fields has increased the wide use of digital humanities, which make stylistic, linguistic, and author attribution studies. According to John Smith, computer criticism divided into parts: textual manipulation and analysis and specific work of literature. In textual manipulation are includes by dictionaries and concordance, and analysis specific works of literature is work on thematical analysis and stylistic studies. Reason for including DH in English department. uh, First of all, makes a stylistic by using video, images, and audio. Second one is Rossetti described it vehicle for applied theory as a programmatic, using hypertext and other electronic literature. uh, Fourth one is association with computer and composition. And last one is openness in English department for cultural studies with electronic gadgets. Uh, it's online available ebooks and e-reading. Google Books, Kindle, iPads, book, large scale text, digitalized projects, the distant reading. Conclusion: computers will make a much larger impact on literature, when new questions and data types are addressed, and when computers are used to do things that humans are either incapable of or that are simply too time consuming. Faculty also computer only included into science and commerce, but now it is included successfully into arts. Here is works resources.
So, Riddhi, my question is that how does using technology in the humanities make it easier for more people to access and understand knowledge and research? And what are the potential challenges while like understanding and accessing knowledge and research in terms of technology and digital humanities?
Digital humanity uses more. Digital humanities uses digital tools and technology. So before we want to read a book, so we have to purchase a book. But when digital tools and technology are comes, we have easy to read online platforms like Google, or many websites are also included in it.
And what are the challenges as per your consideration?
Sometimes it is challenges like
Like accessing the documents or other things?
Riddhi, what role does digital humanities play in the analysis and interpretation of literary text?
digital humanities is always use digital tools and technology. So many scholars and researchers use these tools and technology. So uh, uh, so we can easily
So may I start? Hello everyone, I am Rajeshwari and the fourth day of our presentation I will deal with the topic of ecofeminism. This is my academic information. So first, let's know what is ecofeminism. So ecofeminism, like the social movements, it has emerged from it both political activism and intellectual critique, bringing together feminism and environmentalism. So ecocriticism is a term from comes from the feminism. There is a eco-criticism is already there and feminism is already there. Then when the both things are mixed up with each other, and those the ecofeminist critics are tries to see the what is the role of women in the nature, and so this term is known as the ecofeminism. So ecofeminism describes the movement and philosophies that link feminism with ecology. Women and nature are also united through their shared history of oppression by a patriarchal society. As we all know, the woman has a double subaltern, we know, and the nature has a very nature faces so many exploitation by the man. So they both have the same history of exploitation. As we it's now the term is combined and become the ecofeminism. So Wuhan is gives this term ecofeminism. So the term was coined by the French writer Françoise de Audubon, and in her book of 1947, this title is in the French, originally in French title, and in English there is the translation named Feminism or Death. So we can see this title is very significant itself, either feminism, either death. So this title itself shows the feminism is a very required thing for the women to survive in the society. So, ecofeminist theory asserts a feminist perspective of green politics that calls an exhilarations collaborative society in which there is no one is dominant in group. If we are the idea of feminism, that doesn't mean to hate the male and the love the women, but this fight is for the equality, not to hate either this one or either that one. So there is the meaning that no one is the dominant group, all are as the equal in society. So there are two types of ecofeminist positions. One is radical ecofeminism, and another one is cultural ecofeminism. In the term radical ecofeminism, there is the focus, the deep connection between patriarchy and the dominating of the nature. And in the cultural ecofeminism, it's a response to the perception that woman and nature have been mutually associated with each other in the Western culture. As we all know, this term is coined not at the India, but is outside of India in West. So there are sometimes the word Western it's also comes, but the theory we can also apply it over the Indian history and Indian culture as well as. So here are some binary oppositions. So the ecofeminism, the term is coined in 1974. So at that time there is the second wave of feminism is comes. So this term is coined in the second wave of feminism, and at that time this is a hierarchical problem in the male and female. So this is the quotation by very famous person who is his work is renowned in this theory. So Sherry Ortner's 1974 article named "Is Female to Male as Nature is to Culture?" So this is the article. It is very renowned article. Poses the problem that motivates many ecofeminisms, and author argued that cross-culturally and historically women as opposed to men have been seen as closer to nature because of their psychology, social roles, and philosophy. So as if we are seeing in the binary term, then male and female, culture and nature, reason and emotion, mind and body. So this is the binary differences in culture, and we all have seen this type of differences. So here is the I have find this is from one book. So women bring forth life from their bodies, undergoing the pleasures, pain, and stigma attached to menstruation, pregnancy, childbirth, and nursing, while men's psychology leaves them freer to travel, hunt, conduct warfare, and engage in public affairs. So here we can say the culturally men have some different kind of works, and women have some different kind of works as according to their body structure. So the women have the assigned greater emotional capacities with greater ties to the particular person and present than men, who are viewed as more rational and objective with a greater capacity for abstract thinking. So this is the bringing up the differences in the both gender that leads this kind of situation. So ecofeminism challenges traditional environmental law. As we have in the first wave of feminism, there is there is the need of basic rights for women, and in the second wave there is this when these terms also add in the ecocriticism and feminism. So nature as mother, as we all know, we called nature as our mother. We have our home motherland, and so we are not addressing land as our father, but we are addressing land our mother. Why we are doing this? So there are some similarities between this, as a mother or a woman is nurturing the person and the society. In the same way, the nature has give us some crops and other things to nurturing us, nurturing the people in the form of agriculture and the reproduction. As the women have ability to reproduce the child, in the same way the nature has the producing the crop in agriculture, plants, trees, and that. So the reproductions are the similarities in between this. Owning by, generally the land is owning by women. After the some changes are in laws, there may be the differences are there, but the majority situation is the land is owning by men, and also the women is generally known the women is also owning by men. Here the owning means in the patriarchal term, they feel the women is our property, and the land is as well as the property itself. So this is the some similarities, and those similarities are challenged in ecofeminism term. And the Indian ecofeminist discourse, the Vandana Shiva is the major and a global ecofeminist person from the India. She is uh, environmental activist and worked about this all kind of things. And she is writing "Staying Alive." And another he has sorry she has produced another work with collaboration with the collaboration of other writers as well as. So, feminist activists fighting for environmental justice, including figures like Vandana Shiva, emphasizes that women and children are especially susceptible to the harmful effects of environmental hazards, as women are affected by the things a lot. In the same way, children are also affected by this type of dynamics a lot. So, feature both mother and the child to underscore these points. And the universality of female subordination. So we can see the female are suppressed universally, not even in that country or this country, but we can see in everywhere there is the suppression of women in everything. So I have taken this content from one this Shelley Ortner's one article. So here it's given. What do I mean? That is talk by the person, which is the article from them. What do I mean when I say that everywhere, in every known culture, women are considered in the same degree inferior to men? First of all, I must stress that I am talking about cultural evolution. I am saying that each culture, in its own way and on its own terms, makes this evolution. But what would constitute evidence that particular culture considered women inferior? So here, this is the 3 points are giving to as evidence. So element of cultural ideology, symbolic devices, and social structural arrangements that exclude women from participation in or contact with the same realm in which the highest powers of the society are felt to reside. So the concept is the women's are subordination in the everywhere and the every corner of the earth. So here are some examples. In a Chipko movement is happening in 1974 in India. So the Chipko movement is a prominent environmental movement within the context of ecofeminism. If we are referring ecofeminism at that time, this example should become that. The Chipko movement involved local communities, primarily women, and the embracing trees to prevent deforestation. So here we can see the women's are now being taking part of this kind of movement and andolans. So there will the women's herself may be affected because of this deforesting things. The movement drew attention to the interconnection of environment and women's issue, highlighting how women were often the most directly affected by deforestation and its consequences, such as the loss of clean water and livelihoods. And when we are referring Chipko movement, at that time, the historical context is very important. So, however, many people are don't know this originally Chipko movement dates back to the 18th century and was started by Rajasthan's Bishnoi community. As we all know, the Bishnoi peoples are they are the worshipper of nature, and they are very actively participating in this such a kind of things. And few years back there is also the controversy between the Salman Khan and this Bishnoi people. So they are activists about the nature and this kind of things. So here is a photograph, and at the in 2018, Google was make doodle to celebrate 45th year of this anniversary, 45th anniversary of this Chipko movement, and beneath there is the those who are participated in this movement. So here is the example of the advertisement. So commonly mass media tends to use female imagery when portraying nature. Generally, when the people are dealing with the mass media things at that time, they focus on the some popular things. If these things are very cheap to cheap to tell the people and show off, but the popularity its main concern to for the mass media. So on the consequences level of memory, people readily embrace images that are easily accessible at the forefront of their minds, as we have our mindset are already set as the nature is our mother. So if this kind of poster is comes out, then people are generally not questioning why the Mamta Banerjee, who is the political person at the good level, and there is in the advertisement of the state government. So why the these things, her face is used to display in this advertisement. We are just accepting that this as nature is our mother, so no one has any problem with this kind of advertisement. And that is the reason that the political newspaper print advertisement gets accepted without any questions. As Vandana Shiva said, there is the women and children, the both are uses in a way. Sometimes in some advertisement, children are also using as the as women's are used. So here is the example of movie. It's this movie named Sherni, released on OTT platform. In this movie, there is the main context is about ecocriticism in context of post-colonial critique and against the development. A very large number of developments are happening, but here I would to connect this example in the context of ecofeminism. So here Vidya Balan is cast the role of lady officer, and she is working in the forest to preserve the forest. So at that time she may face many problems to work with the male, and some guys are not deal with her in a very we can say in a respective manner, or they may laugh on her and not taking her as a serious person. So and at the last she have to leave the place where she jobs, and she was transferred in a museum. So at the level we can say the ecofeminist idea, the patriarchy is working there, and against this type of feminine character, it's very hard to work with them in a very good manner, because those person who are wants to work in a good manner, they may face some problems. But if as a woman she wants to work in a good manner, so she may face some problems by the society and from the those who are in the power. So in this there is one story, it's this movie is based on the tigress named Avni, and it's a fictional story with on the based of the real story. And in the right side there is the example of a book, Rape of the Wild, Men's Violence Against Animal and the Earth. In this book there is the both the concepts are taken as the exploitation of nature and in the exploitation of women. The both are also given in this book. So when we are talking about the ecofeminism, and the ecocriticism itself in this ecofeminism, at that time climate change is also the considered as the point. So there is a that's called the climate crisis is not gender neutral, as we have said. What is how can we relate with this ecofeminism? So we can see those who are landowners and those who are involving this kind of things like agriculture and other kind of thing, they have deal with those pollution related things. The women frequently have limited access to resources such as education, healthcare, and financial services. These disparities can make it more challenging for women to adapt to the impacts of climate changes, or to participating in decision making processes and related to environmental policies. So if a women wants to do some kind of agriculture cultural work, so there is a need of some money to buy some instruments, to buy seeds, to buy another things that is required in agriculture. But the woman has don't have these basic things to take part in this mainstream. So the climate change is not we can say it's not a general neuter. There is, we can also say, the patriarchy itself is in. Uh, Now, in conclusion, ecofeminism recognizes the intervened oppression of women and nature, highlighting the need for a more equitable and sustainable world. It calls for the profound shift in societal values and challenging patriarchy and advocating for the harmonious coexistence with the environment. Ecofeminism offers a holistic vision for the just a balanced future. If we want to come out from these kind of things, then there is must be the education is the ultimate solution to the things. If we have go back to the advertisement of this state government of government in they show Mamta Banerjee's photos, we can say that those who are politicians, they also are not aware about this kind of feminist idea, and they are just using is the land and mother and this kind of thing. So the educating the women and the other or in a right manner, that is the ultimate solution to think properly in this kind of theory. This is the references that I have taken. Now I'm open for question answers.
Rajeshwari, in what ways do ecofeminists critique and challenge traditional system of patriarchy and their impact on the environment?
Camera is frozen. We have to adjust the camera.
Just insert it, right? Slide them a bit inside. Screen ready.
Yeah, sure. Okay, as Riddhi asked, what ways do ecofeminists critique and challenges traditional system of patriarchy and their impact on the environments? So, those who are ecofeminists, they tries to bring out the idea of patriarchy and have its impact on the nature. So we can say there is a even when there is the context of nature, there is patriarchy is still there, and that's why these both terms are came together to reveal this kind of things, because the patriarchy also affect the nature in a way, and in the male dominance society. And when people are awake about those kind of things, at the time they may stop to talk the land as mother, and they may aware this is the land is not the mother or the father. Generally we have the term the man versus nature. Here we are using man in context of human. So we have this type of language barriers also. So people may aware about those kinds of thing, and they may think in a different manner.
Rajeshwari, how does the separation of ecology and feminism impact their respective movements and studies?
So, as Rinkal asked, how does the separation of ecology and feminism impact the respective movement and study? So, if we are seeing before the 1974, these both terms are not comes together. But when one French writer uh, wrote a work named Feminism or Death, so at that time, these both terms comes together. Before that, people are not aware to think how can be these things can be together and affect each other. So after coming this term, people are aware to how it's affect the society and the social terms in a way. Thank you.
There's one more question, you can reply in the comment.
Yes, sir. So,
Yes.
Am I audible? So hello everyone. This is the fourth day of semester three presentation, and from the paper number 204, Contemporary Western Theories and Film Study. I choose the topic sound, Foley artistry in film studies. Here are my personal information. Now let's start with the first question, that what is Foley artistry? Foley artistry basically means a sound effect. Of course, it is different from background music which is used in film. Background music is something which happen with the action but not sync with it. But the Foley artistry, this sound effect help the particular action to increase more and has effect more in the actions of which is happening on the screen. So it involves the creation of sound effects that are synchronized with the action on the screen. It can be also include like a simple things, not music, but simple things like cloth moving, people walking, doors making a squeezy noise, and glass breaking. This kind of simple things. Now, artistry, we all know what that means, but what is Foley? So this Foley artistry, the word Foley come from the person named Jack Foley, who helped make sound for movies. In Universal Pictures, the company, they asked Foley to make the sound footsteps, and from that, this term, walking Foley, started. Foley, this Jack Foley person, helped sound industry very much, and has best creative ideas for sound effect used for and in films. Foley artistry is like this thing is like a bridge in film. And when it is recorded, the film is action or recorded, the sound which is come from that and the sound which is recorded in studio for actions, they merge that, they both synchronized it and make more effective. So this is basically what it means Foley artistry. Now, how it is used, how we can create it, and how it made Foley techniques. There are some techniques from which we can make this Foley artistry. So they use everyday objects to make the sound, like shoes for footsteps, coconuts for horses, and other things. The particular goal of Foley is to produce hyper realistic sound that match the on-screen action perfectly. This Foley artistry is particularly meant for audience, that audience can hear that actions very effectively and clearly. Timing is really important in Foley. Foley artists must precisely sync with their sound and production with the actor's movement on the screen. If we can see the example of a sword when they are battling, the sound of sword makes very effect on actions of the movie. How these are some other example which is described by Philip Singer in his work, like cornstarch in leather punch for snow crunching. When someone is walking on the snow, how that sound produced. So that sound produced from this cornstarch in leather punching. They In the leather pouch they collect the cornstarch and make some of the noises. The very famous, we all know about this thunder, that how it sounds. Somewhere we already saw that large and thin metal plates, when it blend, it makes the sound like thunder. uh, the other is switching off clothes, like two-person watch past each other like this. That sounds made from the squeezing of clothing. In these other photos we can see that how it is made. In photos, we mistake it for ASMR also. But it is not particularly like ASMR we means it affects our euphoria in the mind, but this is something other. Now let's see two examples for this Foley artistry. First, how it makes sound, and other is from the movie Mad Max Fury Road.
In Hollywood, everything is magic and make-believe.
Gloves with paper clips are dog paws.
Even what you hear.
We are storytellers with sound. Over here we have a feather duster used for bird wings. We bring sound into the story and we can create any mood with that sound.
In Hollywood, everything is magic and make-believe.
Gloves with paper clips are dog paws.
Even what you hear.
We are storytellers with sound. Over here we have a feather duster used for bird
In Hollywood, everything is magic and make-believe.
Gloves with paper clips are dog paws.
Even what you hear.
We are storytellers with sound. Over here we have a feather duster used for bird wings. We bring sound into the story and we can create any mood with that sound.
So, as we saw that the dialogues of the person is muted, with that video we can see that how this fire cracking, that it goes up and then boom, but we can clearly say that it is a sound of like drum thumping, the drum thumping. Some video in some videos we can also see that how they make sound, use of sound of that gun, that it is not particularly a sound of gun, but it is something that they're thumping or squeezing. Now of course there are so many possibilities that it has disadvantages. It helped this industry, film industry, in a very much manner, but it makes some also negative points also. Now here are, in this particular slide there are important aspect of Foley artistry, and of course in disadvantages, the technique and skill, it is also required, but in disadvantages, if the person has a artist has no skills and has no new ideas, so it cannot be possible that they grow more. The creativity and innovation, all ideas are not very much welcomed in that artistry. It has also attention to details. We have to see the detailed audio synchronization with the action. We also saw that tools and equipments are also very much needed in it. Demo and practical examples, impact on storytelling, aesthetic and artistic choice also. Now if we see in disadvantages, there some of the equipments are they have some studios have not a particular every equipments, because it is also a costly thing. The timing, if we cannot meet the timing, that is also can be problematic. There is a problem of realism also, that we can clearly heard some voice that are exaggerate in the movie, that they have so much loud noise, and sometimes it is not matched with a particular action also. A point of view of audience and a point of view of artist which is making this sound is also really very important. Yeah, thank you for listening. These are my references. Page is open for questions.
Pooja, what are some challenges Foley artists face when working on a film, and how do they overcome them?
um, Challenges of, as I already discussed in my presentation, there are so many challenges that Foley artist faces, like the problem of timing, synchronizing. They sometimes cannot think about the particular action, that how we produce the sound of that action or a moving thing. They challenges uh, uh, they challenges problems in that manner about sounding, and make they try to make perfect that they affect audience also. They think from the perspective of audience, and they also think that how audience think about that move or action, that how they that affect, and to overcome that, for overcoming that problems, they need to think differently than other artists think about it. That's why some of the artists, the Foley artists, make their name grow, and some remain the same. If you see this Jack Foley and other Philip Singer, they have so many brilliant ideas and new ways to describe and overcome their challenges. Thank you.
Pooja, which types of movies often use Foley artistry for sound effects?
Yeah, nice and interesting question. Not all the movie, of course, used Foley artistry, but I have two two types of movie in my mind. First one is a movie which is related to war, about bomb and other sounds which used in war. Foley artistry became very major part in that movie. And second one is horror movie. In horror movie, of course, the cracking of no footsteps are really effective, because there is importance of silence also. So silence and this Foley artistic actions and movements are important in this Bo movie. I can see this two type of movie very important for Foley artists. Thank you.
Check the camera again. You will put shallow depth on the camera so that move the video.
Hello everyone. In the fourth day of the presentation,
I am going to discuss about eco-criticism. These are the personal information. These are the points which I am going to discuss. First, what is a eco-criticism? Eco-criticism is a study of the relationship between literature and physical environment. Just as feminist criticism examine language and literature from a gender conscious perspective, and Marxist criticism brings an awareness of modes of production and economics class to its reading of text. Eco-criticism takes an earth-centered approach to literary studies. uh, about eco-criticism. The term eco-criticism was first coined in 1978 by William Ruckert in his essay Literature and Ecology, an experiment in eco-criticism. Eco-criticism, also known as environmental criticism and green studies. Eco-criticism designated the critical writing which explored the relationship between literature and the biological and physical environment, conducted with acute awareness of the damage being wrought on that environment by human activities. Eco-criticism in Indian literature, writers such as R.K. Narayan, Raja Rao, Kamla Markandeya, Amitabh Ghosh, and Anita Desai have invoked nature and nature-related elements in their works. The Hungry Tide by Amitabh Ghosh and The Inheritance of Loss by Kiran Desai's work represent the issues related human versus environment. Characteristics of eco-criticism. Eco-criticism do not share a single theoretical perspective, but its connection with environmental literature manifests a wide range of traditional, post-structural, and post-colonial points of view and modes of analysis. Eco-criticism is a critique of binaries such as man versus nature or culture versus nature, viewed as a mutually exclusive oppositions. Eco-criticism is the analysis of the differences in attitudes toward the environment and that are attributable to a writer's race, ethnicity, and social class and gender. Um about nature and culture. Eco-criticism takes as its subject the interconnection between nature and culture. Uh, Nature, we can also say, is a environmental study, especially the culture artifact of language and literature. As a critical stance, it has one foot in literature and the other on land. Eco nature. Eco-criticism, there are four areas. One is wilderness, for example, in desert, oceans, uninhabited continents. Second one is the scenic sublime, for example, forest, lakes, and mountains areas. Three, the countryside, example, hills, fields, and woods. The fourth is the domestic picturesque, for example, parks, gardens, and lands. So these are four areas of nature theories. Wilderness is affected by global warming, which is a cultural, and gardeners dependent on sunlight, which is a natural force. On some nature writings in the literature, Thompson's The Seasons, Thomas Gray's The Elegy in a Country Churchyard, and William Cowper's The Task. These are the some examples of nature writing in literature. Cultural eco-criticism focuses on issues of the social and linguistic traditional representation of Socrates or God the Father show elderly, bearded party patriarchal figures in flowing garments rather than glossy, sharply dressed man or woman as if and masculinity were the natural fleshes garb of the wisdom of the ages, but these different culturally determined ways of regarding the fact of again should not prevent us from realizing that doesn't follow that age socially constructed or that it is part of culture rather than a nature. Examples of eco-criticism in literature and movies. The Prelude, one of the poem by William Wordsworth. It is autobiographical poem by William Wordsworth. The main theme of the poem is that society is disappointing, but nature presents the solution to the problems caused by a society. Sherni, example of movie is a 2021 Indian Hindi language action thriller film directed by Amit V. Musarkar and produced by T Series and Abundantia Entertainment. The film stars Vidya Balan in the leading role of an Indian Forest Service officer. The film deals with the subject like human situations, human and wildlife conflict, and related wildlife conservations. Conclusion, eco-criticism is a way of looking at how we relate to nature, the moral and artistic challenges we face, and how language and literature can convey important ecological ideas. These are the references. Thank you. Now you can ask the question.
Payal, according to your point of view, is it right to connect romanticism with eco-criticism?
Uh, Yes, it is right to connect romanticism and eco-criticism because in the eco-criticism, environment theories and green studies are include. So many examples of nature-related poems and environmental literature we can find and we can connect the eco-criticism with romanticism.
And what types of criticism are conducted in contemporary eco-criticism?
What type of criticism are conducted in contemporary criticism? In the eco-criticism, there are many theories and types of criticism like green studies, natural studies, cultural theory studies, and many others criticism. Also, we can connect these theories with criticism. So, these all are the theories as well as criticism. Thank you.
Sir, can I start?
Yes.
Hello everyone, my name is Nirali, and today is the fourth day of our presentation. So today I'm going to present on camera angles and shots in Satyajit Ray's movies. This is my academic introduction. This is the table of content. And first we discuss on the what is the camera angle and shots in the movies. A short angle is dictated by where the camera is placed in the relation to the character or subject. In the camera angle and the both the shots, and the cameraman is behind the camera for this angle and shot. If a camera is pointed directly straight and perpendicular to the ground, it's a 90-degree angle. If it's pointing up or down, it's at an angle. Coverage in cinematography is a term that describes shooting a scene from different type of camera angles and viewing angles and distance, and also the in the shots, thus giving you the raw material you need to edit the frame of that scene into a single visual, attractive and emotional message to the viewer. Each shot type or each angle require a different approach. When cameraman is shooting one shot or one clip, all the angles and all the shots are different from the each other. Briefly introduce the Satyajit Ray, director. Satyajit Ray was born on 2nd May 1921 in a very knowledgeable and wealthy family in Kolkata, India. Satyajit Ray's several movies had a huge impact on society. Also, he worked on different arts like literature, music, film, and illustrator. Some of these his very famous, well-known movies. These are these, and in this presentation, I am going to discuss the two movie example of him. Shatranj Ke Khiladi, which is released on 1977, and the movie Sadgati. The angles and shots, low level angle. In this frame, in the movie Sadgati, the Ravan's statue is too big. For this cameraman shoot this with the low level angle, and in this the only option to cover the youth statue for that time because lack of resources and the use of low level angle, which say that throughout the Ravan is in this wall frame, only the main focus is on the Ravan, and the Ravan show the character as show is as a villain and the powerful than the common man. Eye level shot. The frame has full shot which is covered everything in this frame. In the movie Shatranj Ke Khiladi, the cameraman focus on the eye level shot, and he tried to introduce both the characters in the eye level shot, and this eye level shot can result the neutral perspective of these both characters. Wide angle, a shot in which a figure can be seen from head to toe. This frame is from the Shatranj Ke Khiladi, and it is shoot in the wide angle. The wide angle will show the complete set of the scene, including light in different places, some hidden symbols which relate to the characters. More than two people can be visible, and last but not least, a character's emotion. In this shot, we find the hookah bottle, which is the hidden part because of the lighting and the wide angle shot. The close-up shot. Close-up shot, it is the subject's head, and also the face takes up the majority of the frame, and therefore allows their reaction and emotion to detect the scene. The close-up shot is used for the used for use for capture the emotions and detect the scene of his expression of face. Close-up camera short size keep the characters yearly distant even during their face-to-face conversation. This shot always used for the face-to-face conversation in the two characters. Shoulder level angle. The angle is also slightly top to cover the season behind the action, and action scenes are never made without any reason. And action sequences are mostly taken from the shoulder level angle because viewer always want to watch the reaction of another person who is facing it or doing it. The shoulder level angle is used for the two person, and cameraman shoot from the one person's shoulders, and focus on the uh, uh, second person's emotion and actions. The shoulder angle is required when we want to show something is shooting on the protagonist, which means that the hero is on our side and antagonist is again the audience. So while he is shooting on the protagonist, we feel that attack was for us also. This shoulder level angle is mostly used for the fightings and the arguments in both characters. Over the shoulder shot, in this frame, the and this shot is also known as OTS, the over the shoulder shot. In this frame, we find two person. They both are communication with each other, and this frame is used as a action scene. The shot is possible only when the camera is placed just on the back and off screen, in which the actor's shoulder is visible and the audience feel the same as that character feels when they are communicating. Medium shot. In this frame, a movie Sadgati, also known as the 3/4 half quarter shot. The medium shot typically shows the subject from the knees up, and medium shot always make composition precise and perfect in terms of calculation. As we discussed, moving camera has a lot of variation in the angle. While the shot is taking, the medium shot effectively bridge the gap between the purely physical and the internal realms of the character. When cameraman is taking the medium shot for the frame, he pointing down the main characters in the frame, and uh, and 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 precise and perfectly he's applied this shot. This painting is made by Raja Ravi Verma to show the medium shot in the painting. Two shot. This two shot is taken while two characters are in the frame. The two shot or the group shot is taken when both the characters are equally important for the film or in this frame. This shot has helped to equalize the importance of other person, and we can also call this shot for given to important of the both the characters. Because of the height of the protagonist character, his wife could be dominated if the cameraman takes the upper angle or wild shot. The full length shot, this frame is called the full length shot. In this, just as the name implies, the shows the entire body of the subject from head to toe. This shot has the opportunity to cover anything which is laying down on the surface and character action with that theme. The full length shot only gives justice to the main subject when there is a single shot. In the full length shot, cameraman tried to capture the one character and also the background of the of the character and his all actions. Mostly the camera set on the tripod that for this full length shot, cameraman set his tripod on the set on the camera on the tripod. In conclusion, Satyajit Ray's camera angles and shots are essential element of his cinematic storytelling. They convey power dynamics, evoke deep emotions, establish settings, and create moment of reflection and unis. Ray's unique approach to cinematography adds a layer of artistry to his filmmaking that enriches the viewer's experience. These are my references. Thank you.
Nirali, is there anything particular aspect or anything you have noticed that makes Satyajit Ray's movie different from other movies?
Satyajit is well known for his camera angles and shots for the movie. He is also known for the best director, and he used and focus on the angles and roles in the movies, and for and the other directors which are Satyajit Ray is a focus on the other directors are not use this type of angles and shots in his movies, and Satyajit Ray is different from them.
Nirali, what is the significance of the camera angle in a particular shot? How does it contribute to the viewer's understanding of the scene or characters?
When cameraman is focused while taking the shooting, he focus on the angles of the camera and particular shots, and when viewers are view this his movie or movies, that time they show they feel this all the angles and shot in uh, and feel these all things in real, and they
Hello everyone, my name is Mansi Gujadiya. In a fourth day of presentation, I will discuss about what is a digital humanity. Here is my personal information. First, we are discuss about introduction. Digital humanities is an area of a scholarly activity yet in a intersection of computing or a digital technologies in a discipline of the humanities. It includes the systematic use of digital resource in a humanity as well as the analysis of their application. Digital humanity can be defined as a new way of doing a scholarship that involve collaboration, transdisciplinary, and a computer 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 engage research, teaching, and publishing. It brings digital tools and methods to the study of the humanity with a recognition that the printed word is no longer the main medium for knowledge production and distribution. History of digital humanities. Most commentator locate the origin of digital humanity in computational text analysis of the mid 20th century, beginning in 1946 with Roberto Bussa's plans for index Tomisticus, a massive attempt to encode nearly 11 million words of Thomas Aquinas writing on IBM punch cards. This event is found throughout the literature, leading some to believe that early digital humanity work concentrated, perhaps somewhat narrowly on text analysis. Others seem convinced that digital humanity is still only text analysis or too dominated by it is and misguide it in its approach. Mineville Underwood has recently made a case for this entangling distance reading methods from digital humanity generally nothing that the formula predated and does not depend on digital technology. Why digital humanity is importance. First, integration of equality and qualitative and quantitative approaches. Second is connected management and data analysis. Third is quicker access to information. Though Fourth is digital access uh, and enhance teaching, improve collaboration and public impact. Now we are see methods, tools, and challenges in digital humanity. First, we are discuss about challenges. First is data quality. Historical and cultural data can be noisy, incomplete, or biased, making analysis challenging. Interdis- Interdisciplinary collaboration, ethical concern. Preservation, access, and inqui- inclusivity, and copyrights and legal issues. Using digital content for research often involving navigation, copyrights, and intellectual property laws. Now we are discuss about tools. Programming language. Tools like Python and R are commonly used for data analysis and visualization. Text analysis tools. Software such as Voyant, NLTK, and Spassy help process and analysis text data. In a previous presentation, Trushali also discussed about these tools, data visualization tools like Tabview, D3GS, and Matplotlib A. Creating visual representation of data, geospatial tools, and digital archives. Now we are discuss about methods like text analysis, data visualization, geospatial analysis, network analysis, and machine analysis. What are the benefit of digital humanity? Digital humanities technology offers numerous advantage such as enabling scholars to study diverse culture and historical period effectively. It facilitated research into ancient sites, medieval medieval texts, and even digitally recreate culture, artifacts. Additionally, it enhance the exploration of race and ethnicity history. This approach benefits scholar and student by providing insights into the social impact of technology and depending our understanding of human history and uniqueness. What is a department of English? The English department in digital humanity typically refers to the uh, involvement of scholars and researchers from the field of English and literary study in a broader real rea- realm of digital humanity. Here is how the English department can be connected to digital humanity. Textual analysis. English scholars often use digital tools and methodology for analyzing and interpretation text. Digital editions. English department often work on creating digital editions of literary work. Textual encoding. The encoding of text in XML or other markup language in a common practice in digital humanity. Digital archive. English scholar contribute to the creation of digital archive, which can include a collection of letters, manuscript, diaries, and other historical document, and other English department is like literary mapping, textual visualization, and digital storytelling. Uh, uh, in a in a digital humanity, I will uh, try to criticism in two critics like human in 2012, Matthew K. Gold identify a range of perceiving criticism of the field of digital, a lack of attention to issue of race, class, gender, and sexuality, a preference for research divine project over pedagogy owns, and absence of political commitment in inadequate level of diversity among its practitioners, and inability to address stakes under copyright, and it institutional concentration in founded research university. And other critic Berry and Fagerjord have argued that digital humanity should focus on the need to think critically about the implication of computerization imaginary, and raise some question in regard. This is also a foreground the importance of the politics and norms that are embedded in digital technology, algorithm and software. We need to explore now to negotiation between close and distance regarding of text, and how microanalysis and macroanalysis can be useful reconciling in humanist work. Here I mention two project related to digital humanity. Digital Public Library of America, DPLM. LA. The Digital Public Library of America is a vast online collection of digitalized materials from a library archives and museums across the United States. It provides a free access to a wide range of resources, including photographs, manuscripted books, and more. Here I mention one photo that link is open. Here I also add a link of this project. Second project is the programming historian. The programming historian is an open access platform that offers a wide range of tutorials and resources to help a humanities scholar and student learn how to use digital tools and methods for research and analysis. It aims to bridge the gap between digital technology and humanity research, making it accessible to a broader audience. In a conclusion of digital humanity, it is a interdisciplinary field that combines humanity and technology to analyze, interpret, and present data related to human culture and history. It has opened up a new avenue to research, opening innovative ways to study and understand various approaches of the human experience. While it has faces challenge, including question about data privacy and access, it continue to involve making a valuable contribution to scholar education and preservation of cultural heritage. Digital humanity will likely play to increasingly significant role in the future of academia and research. Here is my work citation. Thank you. Now you can ask a question.
Mansi, what is the role of digital humanities in addressing contemporary social and political issues?
Uh, in a digital humanity, we can see a social. Nowadays, people, young generation are mostly use Facebook, Instagram, and lots of other things. They are no, they are. Uh, they are openly tells his personal and private information. So it is sometimes sometimes it is problematic problematic but problematic in a political way. In a political way, digital humanity is help a lots of way different way in our politic person.
One thing
how can we use digital humanities in the future?
In nowadays lots of people are use digital tools and other things, uh, so we can say that digital humanity in the future, uh, it is also help collect our history, and for a student it is lots of help from digital humanities. uh, it is also uh, for a student it is also help of lots of help to finding a uh, proper answer of our question and other things. Thank you.
Hello everyone. I am Insiyafatema, and on the fourth day of presentation of semester 3, I am going to deal with the topic two economic worlds, Marxism versus capitalism. These are my academic information. These are major points which I am going to discuss in my presentation. So let's begin with what is Marxism. Marxism was first publicly formulated in 1848 in the pamphlet The Communist Manifesto by Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels. Marxism is a social, economic, and political theory that examines the causes and effects of capitalism and promotes communism as an alternative. So the core message of Marxism is the according to their ability and according to their needs. So people have to work according to their ability, and they got a reward or salary according to their needs. It's the main message of Marxism. Marx believed capitalism leads to workers being treated unfairly and divided into classes. He argued for creating a society in which there is no distinction between people based on their social class or status, nor any discrimination of any kind. Instead, every citizen collaborates to achieve a common goal and prosperity. So Marxism mainly focus on the social equality, and people are work together for one goal and achieve the one goal. What is capitalism? Adam Smith, the 18th century philosopher and father of modern economics, is a founder of capitalism, and he says that it is not from the benevolence of the butcher, the brewer, or the baker that we accept our dinner, but from their regard to their own interest. Capitalism is set on six important principles. So first is about private property. One can have right for their owning the land, stocks, and more. And second, in self-interest, people buy what they want, and their self-interest is main focus. Third one is competition is key. Firms can enter and exit markets, making things better for everyone. Fourth one is markets determine prices as buyers and interact, directing resource where they are needed. And fifth one is you have the freedom to choose what you buy, make, or invest in. And the last one is a government's role in capitalism is limited and mainly protecting rights and ensuring a fair environment for market to functions. Karl Marx's view about capitalism. Karl Marx mainly focused on social equality, and he divided this capitalism in two major groups, the bourgeois and the proletariat. So, in capitalism, the bourgeois, sometimes called the capitalists, they are the owners of capital and can acquire the means of creating goods and service such as natural resources or machinery with their capital. The bourgeois can purchase and exploit labor power. And another one is the proletariat. They are labor class and workers who do hard work, and but they don't have advantages to live a good life and owning any land or anything. So they are mostly manipulated by the bourgeois. And this Marxist theory suggests that competition among business owners drives a trend where a select few accumulated more and more wealth. More wealth. These capitalists continually seek ways to reduce expense and increase profits, leading to overproduction and in turn economic crisis. Business is unable to adapt, many collapse, exacerbating the concentration of wealth. Marxists anticipate that this ongoing inequality will eventually trigger a proletariat uprising, ultimately leading to the transmission from capitalism to a socialist or a communist state. There are two economic worlds, Marxism and capitalism. Both have their advantages and disadvantages. So, first, let's talk about the advantages of Marxism. It's mainly focused on the equality in society, gender equality, and access to essential service like education and healthcare, envisioning a society free from discrimination. And the disadvantages of it is like there is a elimination of private ownership, the suppression of religious practice, and limited entrepreneur opportunities can lead to downside. So in Marxist country, people have no right to follow different kinds of beliefs, different religions. They are suppressing their religious identity or any thing. They have to live equally. So these are some disadvantages. uh, Pros and cons of capitalism. Capitalism brings several benefits, including efficient resources allocation by making the most of available resources. It encourages minimal discrimination by focusing on competition and individual merit. It raises living standards through economic growth and promotes a wide range of consumer choices. In capitalist world, people have a choice, they have self-interest, and they are free to buy anything and owning a land or any property. And the disadvantages of capitalism is capitalism comes with certain drawbacks, including higher income and wealth inequality. In capitalist society, we can see the gap between the rich and poor are very high, and low skilled individuals may face fewer opportunities, and successful consumption often requires financial means which can contribute to consumerism and environmental cost. So these are some advantages and disadvantages of capitalism. So, successful ideas of Marxism. In today's world, we can find some ideas of Marxism in our life also. Marxism is believed in equality in society. We also want equality in society, like classless society, and there is no discrimination between a girl and boy, or a poor and rich. So, these are some good things about Marxism. And they promote a free education and healthcare, and some countries also have this idea of free education and healthcare. And moreover, the emphasis on workers' rights and the existence of labor unions born out of Marxist principles. So, labor unions and like Kisan Sangathan, these ideas are born from Marxist principles, and they also are protesting for their rights and injustice which happened to them. So these are the good ideas of Marxism. Examples of Marxist in our society, in our world. So there are now just 5 communist countries left in the world: China, North Korea, Cuba, Vietnam, and Laos. China is the largest communist party in the world. All currently communist countries have introduced capitalist market reforms into their economics in all communist countries. The country's National Communist Party has a monopoly on power and doesn't tolerate challenges to its rule. And in India, we have one city, town, Orville, which is located in Pondicherry, Tamil Nadu. It is an ashram by it's ashram of Sri Aurobindo, and Orwell also adopts a Marxist economic principle in its socio-economic structure. So these are the live examples of Marxist influence. These are my references. Now I am open for question.
Insiya, can you think of real-world examples where elements both elements, Marxism and capitalism, coexist or have been integrated into a hybrid system?
Okay. A nice question. In real world examples, countries which have both system Marxism and capitalism. So these types of countries are called as Nordic countries, and this Sweden, Norway, they also have a capitalist economical idea, and they also follow Marxism ideas like laborers have a right to protest against injustice. And in also our country, India, we find the hybridization of both system, we have capitalist economy, and also laborers and other workers have right to protest against injustice, and it's a
Insiya, why do you think certain aspects of Marxism have been adopted in different parts of the world?
So Marxism ideas have been adopted in different parts of the world. Marxism is mainly focused on social equality and good education and healthcare with low cost. So these ideas are very good, and so many countries in the world adopted this idea of this Marxist idea, which also promote social justice, and it helps to growth for that country. Thank you.
Okay, so that was the last one for this morning session. Good that you were very brief and to the point. And that is what the others who are making very lengthy presentations, you have to learn from this last one, that to the point, and whatever you want to say, that you tell, instead of bringing lot many examples or lot many things in this. Okay, so a quick feedback to the thing that you have done. We had several very good presentations on digital humanities. Content wise, it was good, and some of you did presented very well. Trushali's was very good on this, wherein even the potential challenges were also discussed, that what are the challenges that we can see in digital humanities. Examples of Bhavnagar, like Patni archives, were also brought here. Yeah. Insia's question also was good to her. She replied also quite well. this point she brought from a good article by Murugan Chandran. That article was about lifespan of technologies. That is one of the shortcomings of digital humanities. And as I want to suggest in another also, like in queer or in this feminist criticism or eco-criticism also, that you can still, when you talk about examples, that you can bring from your own surrounding, your own immediate surrounding, how it can help us. So while looking at this lifespan of technologies, we had a very good example here. Like we have this concept of digital humanities, a digital portfolio. And when this we are running for quite many years now, this project blended learning. And we started from 10-11, 2010-11, so more than 10 years now people are doing. But as we see that technologies keep on changing, and the platform on which earlier we started working on digital these sites has also changed. So what happens that in this shortcoming, that people have to upgrade themselves along with the new technologies, and that doesn't happen. So while people are doing things with technology, they may be good in that. But then once they're out of that surrounding or that environment, like when you are out of the studies, master's is over, then people are not working on the same technologies. Maybe they may not have a need to do that also. And so even after several reminders that Google Sites is changing the platform and everybody should move on to the new one. You have to do just a single click and your old website is transferred into a new website. But as we see, you will see here that rarely anybody has done that. And so now once you click on the website, you find this site not found. So because the platform has changed and they just have to do single clicking to see. But as most of the places we find, even the reminders were sent in their WhatsApp groups to them, but then also like people didn't care to do that. And that is what will be with you also. It is nothing new that they are like that and you will be different kind of person. That won't be happening. That is the basic human tendency. That they rarely work with technology, or they upgrade with technology. That doesn't happen unless it is vitally required. There is one student who has done that, so that site is available here. So those who have done, those resources are available in a new site format also. So you will find here now that the previous batches and their Google site is not accessible now. So that is one of the limitations of digital humanities that we can see, which is also referred here, lifespan of technology. Technology keeps on changing. It keeps on upgrading itself. And with that, we have to learn that. Whatever you are doing here as a part of this, like StreamYard is here for you, Google Classroom is there, digital board is there. Maybe when you will become a teacher or when you will be doing or need, you will have a need to use all these things. Perhaps all these things might become out of date. New things might have come. So whether you are able to upgrade with the latest technology or not, that is very important. That perhaps will take lots of time to learn. That the way we are taught, we are not supposed to do the same thing when we are performer in society. But we have to learn that something latest was used. What is latest today? That I should use, not what was used 10 years back in my class. That mistake also many of the teachers keep on doing, that when we were in masters, what things were there, let us do that. But that technology is out of date now. There is a better alternative. So how to upgrade? So basic mantra to face this challenge in digital humanities or in life also is to always remain relevant with whatever advancement happens. To remain relevant with the advancement. That I used to give this example that when I was in MA, our teacher used to have a typewriter and type the things and give, like multiple choice questions. Question bank was there. So that question bank and multiple choice questions, which was a part of the exam system. Maybe from this exam, you may also get multiple choice questions also, which was earlier also the system. So then those all question banks, like we have now Google form. Then it was typed one, which is still available. We have binded that in 95, maybe 5-7 years before your birth. That time when we were in the class, that copy is still there with us. But now if I do typing today and do the same thing, that make a photocopy, make a binding, then I am out of date person. At that time, our teacher was up to date. Now if I do that, I am out of date. So that you have to do, but how? So today we have a free Google form format. That tomorrow there will be another format. Third, new things keep on coming. That is the very idea of learning digital humanities, that how you can remain relevant with the contemporary technology. So this example also we can keep in mind. That way we have to keep on looking around us, the examples. Then Riddhi was there. Riddhi, still you are not able to give proper answers to the questions. Then Mansi also, but still that also was not up to the mark. You have taken the content and simple error like, what is Department of English, you are asking in one of the slides. Now that has nothing to do with this. What is digital humanities doing in Department of English? Now if you remove the keywords, then your slide is meaningless. And anybody who will say that, well, it surely say that you might not have attended classes or run away quickly from the classes. So if those things are important, then it is better not to study regular program. Wherever we have to run away and those things are very important, then we should not continue with the study. This kinds of mistakes we keep on doing also. And if you do something on the basis of MA degree, you won't be able to perform well there. And then people will always question us that what are you doing? This is what you are teaching to your students. This is how they perform. Okay, so this were on digital humanities. Upasana was talking about feminism, feminist criticism, and also good point that you use ChatGPT also to bring some comparison. And you said also that I have brought this from ChatGPT. That is also very important, because many of you might be bringing but will not speak anything that this is brought from which source or how. That is very important. That is called academic integrity or academic honesty. That this is what I am using from this source, that source, and that way you have to say that. So that was the point. In that case also, like anybody who talked about feminism or feminist criticism, you can also see how you had this question also, does the world still need feminism or not? So one thing you might have also cited this Chimamanda Ngozi's talk also, which you have said. So that what you are doing, if you remember that on the time, then that is application. Last time we got this memory from Trushali, who has written this post from last year about Bloom's pyramid, that understanding to application, which we talked in one of the presentations. So whatever you are learning in the classroom, if you can remember that when you are working on it, તો જ આપણે કહી શકીએ કે દશેરાએ ઘોડું દોડ્યું, નહીતર ન દોડ્યું કહેવાય. એ બધી આખા સેમેસ્ટરની કસરત એના માટે થઈ હોય કે છેલ્લે આપણી પરીક્ષા થાય ત્યારે બધું યાદ આવે. At that moment, if we go to any other thing which was not talked or we can't remember, then it means something is wrong. Now, why it is wrong? Because maybe proper notes were not taken. Otherwise, you just have to go to your class notes. You just move the pages, you find lot many examples to connect the thing, and you can bring in those things. But that habit of having running notes and then referring to running notes is very important point to be taken care of. So that point can help you bring all these examples. When you attend regular classes, there are lot many live examples are given about what is happening around us. That may not be in the content, but that if you have noted down those examples, it will help you a lot. Even when you become a teacher or whenever you have to speak about that, then those examples are very useful if you take a proper notes of those things. So that was one point. Another, recently we had this Nobel Prize things also. So again, whenever people have this, again, it is something intellectual thing. Nobel Prize obviously speaks about intellectual and peace and other things. So we need to like see that what is the gender parity in that case also. So lots of charts and other things one can easily find to see why we still need feminism. So when we see the figures, this chart, again, infographics is something that we can learn when we watch infographics also. So 100 years back, 1902 to 1921, in that 2 decades, it was 4% women. And then 100 years after that, the ratio has only improved slightly, and now it is only 12%. So even in the 100 years, where there is a high rise of feminism and everything, what way the Nobel laureates, the winning of the Nobel laureate has still not reached 50%. That also it has not reached, even in this journey of 100 years, where there was a high rise of feminism, progressive thoughts. Now we are not very progressive as we were in last century. So now after 100 years, again, when 21 will be thought of, the scene might be quite different also. So with this also, we see that the things are quite different. This also chart prepared on various physics, chemistry, medicine, literature, peace, economics, and men, women. Nobel Prize is given in all these 6 criteria, in this 6 fields it is given. So there also we see the ratio. This also is a different way of putting the thing. This was year-wise, last 20 years, how things have gone. So at the most, we have, like in 2020, there were around 36% of the people who got out of total this. But then again, it keeps on moving. And 2010, there is almost nil share of women in Nobel laureates, winner, those who are given. So this way you can talk about what is being discussed and how you can bring that idea into talking about the things. This also was a good example which can be referred to. This was about adding W in Wikipedia. So women in Wikipedia. So this figure also says that the biographies which we find on Wikipedia, of people's biography, 82% is about men. So even because Wikipedia is a new rise, recently Wikipedia has arisen and everybody can be editor. So still how things, then even 90% of those who edit pages on the site are men. Now it is open, anybody can do it. It is not like women are not allowed to have their account. But like there are things which is stopping women on the field of IT or using technology or having this progressively moving into this direction is still something is halting. That all can be thought when we say that people still require the thing. There is this lots of bashing of feminism goes on the ground of domestic things. Domestic. So there are several legal provisions which are on the side of women. And so that are slightly misused by some women. And so that is talked a lot. Slightly misused, talked a lot. Lots of disparity, nobody is talking. W in Wikipedia or women in Nobel Prize, who is talking? So where is the silence? That is very important. And that's what happened, that the elite people, whenever slightly something goes wrong against them, they start doing baja bajao and lots of hue and cry, as if great injustice is prevailing in society. Tremendous amount of that is slightly something goes wrong, and then that prominent voice will start making lots of hue and cry. Then all those silences are again hidden also. So that way one needs to see this, and even queer also, this as well as the queer idea. Rinkal had good charts in queer studies, and in that also you need to bring the latest verdict by Supreme Court in India, which has denied the right to marry. So that is somewhere where it has gone backward for the queer movement in India. And Supreme Court had said something good, but has told that let Parliament decide whether there should be a law or not. Now, most of the parliamentarians today may not agree with giving such a kind of a liberty to the queer identity. So their hope was from Supreme Court, that Supreme Court makes a dictate and then Parliament is forced to follow. But Supreme Court told that let Parliament make a law and then we will see how it is implemented. So that point is very important point in the ongoing debate about queers can marry or not. So that should have been discussed when you see this. Rajeshvari's on ecofeminism also was good. But in that, this example of Sherni will still be a misfit unless you have to put it in a very proper context, that the female name of the film, the female protagonist, is that playing any vital role in ecofeminist discourse or not? That way it needs to be connected. Pooja's was good on a good point, Foley artist or the sound artist, and how this kind of sounds which are of walking or some actions and other thing, how they are devised. So that was a good topic also, good topic selection was there, and quite well you showed small videos also to prove the point that how it can be done. There was a good question also that was asking about which genre of the film may require this more, and horror films are, because the very effect of horror comes from the sound effect, and action thrillers are where we find lots of those sound dynamics. Ecocriticism, Payal presented on that and that point. And so in the ecocriticism, anybody else was there? That in that point also we need to see that it is interdisciplinary topic. In many of the slides you might have mentioned that this is interdisciplinary. So which is the discipline which we are using here? And that is about climate change, or the scientists who are talking about climate change. So those ideas, somewhere we need to refer that who are the scientists who are talking about climate change, what are they talking about? That can be brought in whenever there is this point of interdisciplinarity. In digital humanities also it is about technology. So on one hand there is technological advancement and then something is happening there. On one hand the climate scientists are telling something to us about why we have this El Nino effect or imbalance into the seasonal change. So where are they saying that? That can be brought in. Nirali also, that was a good topic on camera angles in a particular film maker like Satyajit Ray. So that way it was a good selection. But you have by and large taken from one person's dissertation, master's dissertation, that was Raj Dave's. The entire thing was taken. And you never referred the name of the person whose work you are taking, and how we refer to like Karl Marx this or that. So this, and see, it is still not of a good quality in a sense that it is also somebody's dissertation only of master's level. So you can take some ideas, but you have to build on that. You might have worked on any other filmmaker taking those ideas, rather than bringing the frames also from the same dissertation, or all the things about shoulder angle or this angle, everything was from that one. You borrow idea and then you cite and say so and so, and then based on that read another film, give your own frames. At least that you can do. You can rely completely on, because then your presentation, your video becomes meaningless. It is already somebody's work on internet. We download and upload again on internet. So we are just bringing it down for a while and then again uploading on the internet without any further addition into those things. So just citing will not be useful in this case. Like I have cited the person, but citation is not enough. You have taken everything or larger content from somebody's work, which you should not do. You should frame it in your own way. Insiya's also was good. Okay? On Marxist and this. And there was a good question also Mansi asked about hybrid systems in different countries. And Nordic countries, as you said, India also had the same kind of hybrid model of doing that. Okay, fine. So I wish you all the best for tomorrow's last day's presentation. Day after tomorrow.